Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, Cynicalex. And the next sneak peek number 2 is here on the front page of the game. And if you click it, I believe it takes you to YouTube and we can watch it together. Very cool. And very well done. As usual, from the sneak peek team. Amazing. So, let's talk about what that sneak peek was. Let's jump into the forums now and take a look at what they said here. The forums, again, well, we'll see. In order to learn more, we're here with more information, about the previously uncovered research facility. In order to examine any dangers these specimens in the laboratory may cause, we requested the help of some heroes we think have familiarity with a bunch of green organs inside jars. Scour the video for any evidence you can uncover about the lab to help with the team's exploration. Yo, how cool would it be? I don't want to take the sneak peek team's thunder, but how cool would it be if we are getting Hulk tier 3, okay? I'm not saying we are, but if we are. How cool would it be if the last sneak peek they zoom out and all the jars break and then Hulk comes together and it's like tier 3 or what? He wouldn't say tier 3, but you know what I mean. Yeah, I think that'd be cool. Anywho, so yeah, that's a sneak peek over on the Netmarble forums. Over on Twitter, we have a little bit different here. Linked by the Hulk's gamma radiated blood, these friendly jade, which is another word for green, giants are ready to smash the opposition in the coming update. I really like the wordplay here. Love it, love it, love it. So great job, Cage. Great job to the sneak peek team. Great job to CM Fragment. Yes, guys, yes, we do need game mode reworks and we do need improved rewards in the game and we do need new challenges and more challenging content. I'm also trying to appreciate what the people working on this game are doing. So we have Specimen here from 1980, which is the first appearance in comics for She-Hulk. Jennifer Walters, that's February 1980, I believe. And then as we go along in the sneak peek, we see the lungs here of Specimen 2005, and that is the first appearance of AMADEUS CHO. And we'll talk about him because he's very special. Then we see some flashes here, people running around, and then, oh, let me like this video. And then, oh, right at the end of the video, we get a very, oh, she was. We get a very, very clear view of the two characters. We actually have a screenshot here as well of this, but a very, very clear view of two characters. And if you can't recognize these characters, on the left we have She-Hulk, kind of angry. Maybe she's angry because Netmarble Monster has not upgraded characters and reworked old characters in so long. And then over here we have AMADEUS CHO. He doesn't look angry, but he probably looks disappointed with the fact that the rewards in Marvel Future Fight are so sad and they are, you know, unchanged since 2015, 2016. So this looks like new uniforms for AMADEUS CHO and She-Hulk, and I will show you guys the uniforms that I believe these characters are getting. She-Hulk on the one hand is getting sort of her like classic purple and white suit, or sort of like leotard thing. It's like a onesie. And then AMADEUS CHO looks like he's going to become Brawn. And now I want to focus on AMADEUS CHO because you guys know a little bit more about She-Hulk. She-Hulk's been in comics for a lot longer. She-Hulk's been in TV shows and things like that. She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters, you know, She-Hulk, she's a lawyer, but she's also a Hulk type person. She's very interesting, but I think a lot of people know more about her. I know more about her than I knew about AMADEUS CHO. I started reading about AMADEUS CHO and I realized how little I knew about AMADEUS CHO, so I want to focus a little bit on AMADEUS CHO. And additionally, I want to focus on AMADEUS CHO because the guy here, his face looks very Korean, but if you look at the guy here, it's not even the same size. He's like half the size. So there's actually a lot to explain as to why this CHO is not the one that we are going to be getting in this uniform. So I'm going to refer to some images here. We're going to start off with this one here. This is going to give you a little bit of backstory into AMADEUS CHO. Again, I had no idea, but AMADEUS CHO, I mean, all of the Hulks were regular people, right? Like She-Hulk, Jennifer Walters, Red Hulk, Thaddeus Thunderbolt Ross, the Hulk, the Immortal Hulk, etc., whatever you want to call him, Bruce Banner, right? So this is AMADEUS CHO. He's a teenager. He's Korean American, and he was very successful as a superhero when he had no powers other than being one of the 10 or 8 or 6 smartest people in the universe. So he's just a super duper genius. Yeah, he's just very, very, very smart, and he tags along with Hercules, who recognizes his value, and he's honored and recognized by Athena as well, and he's given this hammer, or it's a mace. It's an adamantium mace. Anywho, he's not the Hulk. as you can see, he's a teenager. He's not the Hulk. He's just a regular kid. Here he is as Iron Spider-Man. So he actually has taken on a lot of different sort of monikers, or like he's sort of posed as different characters. It's interesting. Amadeus Cho has a pretty rich history despite only being created in 2005. I think they did a fantastic job with the character. So now you guys are probably wondering, so if he's a kid, like if he's a teenager or whatever, and he's obviously just like a human, how does he become this Green Hulk? Like how did he become this guy over here, right? Well, check this out. We had, I think it's Totally Awesome Hulk or something like that. There was a run of comics in the early 2000s or 2010s where Amadeus Cho comes into here's Amadeus Cho again. He's like chocolate, some movie, Game Boy. He's hilarious. There's the adamantium mace. He's really funny, and he's kind of like John Wick because he saves his puppy. Anyways, I don't want to spoil it, but or he saves a puppy. I don't know if it's his puppy, dog. Anyways, there's a comic run where he's trying to save the Hulk's life. And he's in this suit. You can see there's Cho. And it's actually really sad. He's like, that's it. Use your words, buddy. Amadeus, Banner, good to see you. What have you done? Oh, you guys can't see because it's like zoomed in. Oh, no. Anywho, so Amadeus Cho is sort of relieved that he's saved the Hulk by using these nanite needles or something like that, these nano bugs or whatever, to drain the gamma radiation out of the Hulk just to save him. Not like removing him from the Hulk, but just sort of calming him down or whatever. But Bruce starts crying. I don't know if you guys can see, it's pretty small. Bruce starts crying, and Amadeus Cho's like, what's wrong? Don't cry. And he's like, oh, kid, I'm not crying for me. And then that's when Amadeus Cho gets the Hulk's power, right? It becomes able to transform into the Hulk. Very, very cool. And so for a time, he's not anymore, but for a time, Amadeus Cho was the Hulk. Totally Awesome Hulk, etc. And so here he is, Amadeus Cho, becoming, able to transform. And so he sort of becomes like Bruce Banner in the sense that he is, he's regular, mild-mannered scientist, nerd, genius guy. And then when he gets really angry, he becomes Amadeus Cho Hulk, and he hulks out, and he's like ground and pound. But this guy obviously has very little, visually in relationship to this guy. So what happens? How does he get from here to there? Well, he becomes like, he's still Amadeus Cho Hulk, but eventually I think he loses his power, or he basically finds a way to contain the power within this like thing on his arm, and it allows him to sort of control the power, but it also gives him a different form of the Hulk power. So rather than looking extremely muscular and extremely hulky, he takes on a new appearance, and he actually takes on a new name. He stops being the Hulk. He's like, I'm not going to be the Hulk anymore. I'm going to be Brawn. And he becomes Brawn alongside Ironheart and Sam Alexander Little Nova, as part of the Champions, which he was originally in the Champions with Hercules. So it's actually pretty interesting. He sort of comes back to it. But this is the uniform right here. It's the Champions Brawn Amadeus Cho Hulk. So it's a long-ass word. This is sort of like, he's a different version of Hulk. He's not as bulky. He's not as strong as he was. And he retains more of his appearance. I don't know if there's a loss or an increase of intellectual power, but he's not as strong physically, obviously. I mean, it would be impossible to be as strong physically as this guy who has like 40-inch biceps. But yeah, he's Brawn now. So I think it's sort of the writers and the story's way of differentiating the characters, because they wanted to bring Hulk back, obviously, with Immortal Hulk and things like that. Because I feel like Brawn is fairly new. It's only been a couple of years for this comic run. Maybe sometime in the future we'll get a rework uniform for Ironheart, because it's the side by side. But yes, this is the uniform for Brawn that matches exactly the sneak peek. You can see it's white here with the yellow trim, and it's literally exactly white with the yellow trim. So that's 100%. As far as She-Hulk goes, this is what it looks like. She's cute, yeah, we know. And then over here, it's basically the same thing. She's got a ring here. Now, this is a little bit of a departure for She-Hulk compared to what people know of her right now in the comics. Right now in the comics, She-Hulk is in the Avengers, and she's much more like Hulk. She's much more like raged out and muscular and just very smash, smash, smash. But originally, and possibly this interpretation of She-Hulk, is a little bit more of a balance between, Jennifer Walters, her human lifestyle, and the Hulk. And she's not just solving all of her problems by getting huge and smashing everything. So it'll be interesting to see how it plays out. Obviously, Having such a huge update for characters that are so closely linked in terms of their power level can be a bit confusing and can be a bit difficult and challenging for the devs. You know, you've got potentially Hulk. Well, we know for sure we've got Red She-Hulk, we've got Green She-Hulk, and now we've got Amadeus Cho Braun. A lot of those characters are going to seem to play in almost the exact same way, right? I'm going to punch, I'm going to kick, I'm going to pull up the pavement or the concrete, I'm going to throw it at you, maybe I'm going to jump up and grab a helicopter and bring it down, right? And then if we get something for Red Hulk, if we get something for regular Hulk, like a uniform or a tier 3 or an awakening skill or whatever, that's 4, maybe 5 characters that play basically identically, right? So in basically an identical fashion. So it'll be really interesting to see how the devs try to differentiate these characters. There's been quite a bit of scrutiny and criticism levied towards the Marvel Future Fight developers lately as far as their lack of creativity with tier 3 skills. We saw multiple tier 3s with the same sort of helicopter copy and paste. You know, we had a helicopter from Deadpool's 5th skill, and that was really cool because it was the very first time we had a helicopter skill in the game. But then we got, you know, another helicopter skill. We got Winter Soldier's tier 3 skill where he drops another helicopter on you. Then Black Widow drops another helicopter on you. We're sort of sick of helicopters, but wait, Hulk also has a helicopter in his skill. We've got actually more characters with helicopters than we have uniforms for Carnage and Venom combined. So think about that. That's pretty crazy. So hopefully we won't see more of the same copy-paste helicopter nonsense. I know it's obviously not easy to come up with new skills for 220. We're almost up to 230 unique characters, but at the same time, it's their job and it's Marvel, right? The characters have to feel unique. The characters have to feel different to one another. So it'll be very interesting to see what they do. Hopefully they will do all of these characters justice. And then the question I want to leave with you guys is, sorry to the Jen Walters fans, by the way, I didn't have much to say about She-Hulk, but the question I want to leave with you is, who gets the awakening skill? This is going to be an interesting thing. Is it going to be Red She-Hulk? Is it going to be Red Hulk? Is it going to be Hulk? Is it going to be Sasquatch? Is it going to be Abomination? Who knows? The other thing I want to point out is that besides Dr. Octopus, I wasn't the person who came up with this, by the way. Someone on Twitch chat sort of opened my eyes to this fact. Besides Dr. Octopus and Red Skull right here, every other awakening character, so the Warriors of the Sky, the 4 Warriors of the Sky, Mystique, Red Guardian, and I may be missing one more. Oh, Beta Ray Bill. All of those characters have been brand new characters. Brand new in the sense that the update that introduced them was also the update where they got their tier 3. Very interesting track record from Netmarble. And not necessarily the one that I would like to see. I would like to see more old characters get reworks and awakening skills to bring up their power level, rather than just power creeping with awakening skills and leaving 100+ characters in the bin to get dusty, as they've been for years. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. Is it going to be Red Hulk? Is it going to be Red She-Hulk? If we follow Netmarble's track record, it's probably Red She-Hulk or Sasquatch or Abomination, aka a new character. Hopefully, I really hope it's going to be Red Hulk. And then, of course, I hope that that Bruce Banner, the big ol' original Green Giant, gets the tier 3. Let me know what you think. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Take care.